Before we dive into today's reclamation, I want to share a podcast with you that I actually listen to when I want to feel deeply seen. It's The Brilliance Method with Alicia Skye. And it's where emotional truth meets embodied wisdom, so that all that internal noise can fall away and you can connect with what actually matters. If you're like me, you're obsessed with deep self-evolutionary healing and how it actually creates next level alignment for living in your deepest purpose. Whether you're just embarking on your self-development journey or you're deep into your becoming, Alicia's conversations meet you where you're at, activating something ancient and entirely your own. You can find the Brilliance Method on Spotify or your favorite platform, as well as on YouTube. So after this episode, go have a listen and make sure to hit follow so that you'll never miss your weekly fix. Now let's drop into today's transmission. Most women say that they want change. They want more freedom, money, love, expansion. But when the moment comes to actually make the move, to leave a relationship, to release a habit, or even rewrite the rule book, they fight it. They grip even tighter to what is already rotting in their hands. Hey, shapeshifter. Welcome to the Cosmic Valkyrie Podcast. I'm your host, Lynn Louise, Master Certified Hypnotist and the creator of the Evolution 10X Method. And today's episode is about why we cling, we resist, and we stop ourselves from receiving what we want in life. And what you need to do to shift out of that survival mode and allow yourself to receive. This isn't about mindset. It's about the subconscious, the structure of your identity, and the energetic frequency you're emitting 24/7 without even realizing it. So if you've been feeling stuck, tired, or completely over it, this episode's for you. Let's start with change. Change requires death, not a physical one, but a symbolic one. It requires the death of who you thought you were, who you were taught to be, and even who you had to become in order to survive. And for women, especially high-functioning, capable, emotionally intelligent women, this is terrifying. I know because that was me. We've built entire lives on holding it all together. So what happens when the body knows it's time to change, but the subconscious is still wired for survival? It creates an internal civil war. Your intuition is saying, let go. Your nervous system is saying, hold on for dear life. Your day planner is staying busy, and your higher self says, you can't live like this anymore. And in comes the stress, anxiety, and overwhelm, and all the overthinking that comes along with those. This tension isn't weakness. It's a sign your identity is trying to evolve, but you're still anchoring into something that feels safe, even if it's toxic. And this sense that clinging is loyalty is absolutely wrong. Clinging is really masking fear. Women cling to what they know, jobs, friendships, roles, routines, partners, because we've been taught that leaving means failure. And to choose yourself makes you selfish. And letting go makes you unstable, ungrateful, dramatic. So then we stay in relationships that drain us, the career that slowly kills our soul, the routine that keeps us busy but uninspired. And we say things to ourselves like, I'm just waiting for the right time. Or even, it's not that bad. Or maybe your internal dialogue says to you, I should just be grateful. But underneath all that, there's a fear of being alone. A fear of not being able to handle what's next. Even a fear that if you actually claim what you want, you wouldn't be able to hold it. So you cling, and that clinging becomes a frequency, one that says that you don't trust yourself yet. This subconscious architecture blocks your ability to receive. So let's talk about the mechanics of receiving. You think you're manifesting. You're journaling, you're doing your affirmations, you're praying for change. But energetically, you're clogged, you're blocked, you're holding because your subconscious blueprint believes that you're only safe when you're trying to control things, or that if you stop or even slow down, that things will fall apart. It's telling you that change equals danger and that you actually shouldn't trust that anything better is coming. This is why we say things like, I want love, but then we stay in a dead relationship. Or that we want freedom and still overschedule ourselves every damn day. Or maybe even that you want more money, but you're overgiving constantly. The truth is, you're just running on subconscious survival patterns that haven't been updated. And they will keep repeating over and over until your identity shifts, until your inner coding reflects your current desires, not the pain from your past. And here's the part that most people don't say out loud. Clinging to the past is exhausting. It's not just emotional, it's energetic depletion. You're burning your creative power trying to hold together something that you've outgrown. You're leaking energy by managing other people's emotions. You're staying loyal to your old self while your higher self is screaming, let it go. So let me ask you, what is it costing you to keep playing small in your relationships? What is the toll of you waking up every day with no joy in your body? What's the price of staying stuck because you're scared of what might come next? Because the truth is, if you don't let go, something will eventually break. Your health, your bank account, your joy, or worst of all, your trust in yourself. There's an identity shift required in order to receive. And this is what I teach inside Evolution 10X and what I live by in my own life. You don't get what you want. You get what you're wired for. And until your identity shifts, your energy can't hold on to the new timeline. So if you're still identifying as the rescuer, the martyr, the survivor, even the good girl, you will continue to recreate experiences that match those versions of you. So if you want to receive more, then you must become the version of you who can hold more without collapsing. And this requires reprogramming your subconscious identities and creating a new internal paradigm structure that will allow you to release false loyalty to what you've outgrown, to what no longer aligns with the path that you are on. I'm not talking about throwing everything away or burning everything to the ground, but you do have to acknowledge that something needs to change. And you have to be the one that makes the decision. This is the season of letting go and rising. We're in the 9/9 gateway, and the equinox and eclipse season is coming. These are not random astrological events. They're invitations. They're invitations to complete, release, and evolve. This is the energetic moment to finally stop holding so tightly that nothing new can come in. It's time to let go of relationships that are no longer serving you, old identities, and definitely the need to try and control things. When you let go of the things that are no longer aligned to the path that you are on, you're able to watch what finds you when your hands are finally free. I want to talk a little bit about the upcoming equinox, the 9/9 gateway, and the eclipse season. This year, our equinox is supercharged. This is all about balancing and blooming, burning what no longer belongs. We're approaching one of the most potent energetic thresholds of the year. September 22nd is the autumn equinox. We are in a 9 universal month in a 9 universal year. And eclipse season begins September 17th and it peaks October 2nd with a new moon solar eclipse. Each of these events on their own hold transformative potential, but together they form a trinity of cosmic alignment that invites a deeper, more courageous evolution. So I want to break this down for you. The 9-9 gateway is completion and quantum activation. 9 is a number of endings and conclusions. It's the initiation into a higher octave. The 9-9 gateway is the energetic checkpoint where what's unresolved gets illuminated so you can consciously choose to complete it. This isn't about finishing a to-do list. It's about closing the loops in your identity. The old archetypes you've outgrown, habits built on fear, not trust, and letting go of responsibilities rooted in performance and not purpose. This is when the quantum self begins to emerge. And it requires one thing from you: decisive, energetic alignment. Like I said, don't burn everything to the ground. Simply stop dimming your light to keep things comfortable, especially when they are not. Now, the equinox on September 22nd, this is when the day and night stand as equals, equal light and equal dark. And it's a mirror of your internal polarity. This is not just a seasonal shift. It's an energetic recalibration. The sun begins its descent, not into the darkness, but into the depths. And we are asked to go inward, not to hide, but to root. This is a time to reorient your focus, recommit and find new structure, and recode that subconscious blueprint for what's truly aligned. This is a good time to ask yourself where you have been outsourcing your power and where you're avoiding setting into place new structures that will support your vision, and even what habits you may be anchoring into that aren't supporting you through this upcoming holiday season. Yes, the holiday season's right around the corner, and I have a virtual workshop for $27 that I am offering you that will be directly delivered to your inbox, so you don't have to schedule extra time to sit on a live. The link to that's in the show notes, but I'll share more about that later. Right now, I want to talk about eclipse season. Eclipse season is the great interruption. A cosmic reminder that sometimes evolution comes through interruption. This is when the universe rearranges the pieces for you, for liberation. Think of eclipses as quantum updates. They collapse outdated patterns and illuminate unseen possibilities, especially the ones you have been resisting. This is why this moment is sacred. You have a choice. You can brace yourself and resist, or you can align yourself. So if you want to work with this frequency instead of resisting it, then you have to be willing to do the thing that most women avoid. Let go of what no longer resonates, even when it used to fit. Because realignment always begins with release. Endings may feel like a death to the ego, but they are nourishment for your evolution. What are you clinging to out of fear? And what do you believe it says about yourself if you let go? Most of us are not afraid of loss itself. We're afraid of what loss might mean. Maybe letting go of overgiving makes you feel selfish. Maybe releasing a certain role makes you feel like a failure. Maybe quitting a routine makes you fear you're losing your momentum. But none of this is true. It's just your subconscious running an old survival loop. And it always comes back to the identity. The belief beneath the fear is the true energetic leak. So instead of gripping harder, dive deeper. Identify what you are holding on to. Track it back to the story that it's tied to. Then ask yourself, what does this say about me if I release it? Be honest with yourself. Be transparent. because in transparency is the transformation. Identify why you're trying to protect that. And what version of you is ready to dissolve that in which no longer fits? Because when you let go of something that no longer honors your future, you create space for something that does. Maybe it's letting go of a version of you who has been through hell. She had a real reason to shut down. She didn't feel safe to shine. But if you're still clinging to her now, you're not being loyal. You're keeping yourself stuck. The victim identity is seductive because it gives you something predictable. It gives you a reason not to take risks, internal stories to explain stagnation, and a place to belong, even if it's built on pain. But eventually, that story becomes your invisible cage. And the cost is your momentum, your confidence, your vitality. So if you've been saying things like, I'll start next week, or I just don't have the energy right now, or even, I used to be so active, but now I can't seem to get going, pause. Ask yourself what event taught you that it wasn't safe to take up space, to move your body like it matters. What voice inside you are you still carrying that says, I'm not strong enough? You're holding on to an identity that no longer matches your evolution. Or maybe it's a relationship, but again, it starts with a belief. You might be saying you want peace, but you keep picking up the phone when chaos calls. You might know the connection doesn't feel good anymore, but the idea of letting go feels like failure. So you stay, you shrink, you explain, you overfunction. You tell yourself you're being compassionate, but what you're really doing is abandoning your own evolution. What if releasing the relationship isn't cruel, but sacred? What if loving someone from a distance is a higher act of integrity than contorting yourself to stay close? Letting go of relationships doesn't mean you're heartless. It means you've remembered that your energy is holy. And that's when frequency shifts. Because once you stop rehearsing the same dynamics over and over again, you create space to meet yourself fully and finally begin attracting what's aligned with your wholeness, not your wounds. You're not here to repeat cycles. You're here to complete them. This energy is about alignment and the courage to honor what is ending as much as the desire of what's beginning. This season does not just mark balance of light and dark. It marks your invitation to create new balance within. You get to shed what no longer fits. Find new rhythm. You're able to build stronger, not by force, but by design. Let this month be the moment to stop leaking your energy and start lighting up everything that you touch. The true reason why you're stuck is because of outdated identities. You're clinging to safety that doesn't actually feel safe. And every part of your body is trying to tell you it's time to let go. Not because it's easy, but because it's true. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. If you are ready to break the cycle before the holidays even begin, if every year you've promised yourself this season will be different, but still end up exhausted, overgiving, and silently resentful, it's time for the reset. No More Holiday Hustle is a transformational workshop where we'll cut the subconscious root of overwhelm, people-pleasing, and holiday chaos so that you can enter the season with clarity and calmness and control your energy. Learn how to stop being the emotional manager of everyone else's experience. You'll learn how to rewire the hidden identity patterns that keep you stuck in that survival mode. And you'll create structure that protects your peace without guilt or shutting down. You don't need to power through another season. You need a new strategy, one built on brain science, energetic mastery, and self-leadership. Join the 3-day workshop for only $27. Like I said, it will be directly sent to your email each day, and it will take you under 20 minutes for each lesson. Spots are now open. The link is in the show note. This year, peace isn't just a hope, it's a decision, and it starts with you. So, allow yourself open to receiving, stay in integrity, and never, ever trade truth for comfort. Until next time. Thanks for listening to this entire podcast. If you love helping others, then please share this via your social media with friends and family. If you found value in it, they will too. Also, if you have questions, I'm here for you. You can email me questions to thecosmicvalkyrie@gmail.com. I might even use one of your questions on future podcast episodes. Also, I do have a personal request. I believe that we are all here to help each other heal, grow, and evolve. So let's help more people. If you would please, leave a nice review on iTunes. It will help the algorithms, and I would be forever grateful. And through your assistance, we could transform more lives.